Hey, Shalom.
Shalom,
I'm Brother Yawasap.
Brother Rayab.
I come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of the daughter of Babylon and to preach the good news, meaning the gospel to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, and as always, before we get started, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of what people hear, whether they forbear. All right, before we get started, we say a quick prayer in the Paleo Hebrew. All right, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Ratazaka, Haya Aisha, Ba'a Ratazah, Kawa Haya. Last part. Bashamayim. All right, Salakia. Just practicing. That's pretty much the beginning of the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and come out here another day for a lesson. Okay, midweek camp, and it's gonna be entitled Election Afterthoughts. Okay, pretty much. We saw the elections that just passed. We're apolitical, but we always are going to current events and world news and bring out the spiritual perspective on it according to the Bible. All right. So, me personally, I thought that Kamala was going to win. Now, like I said, we're not invested in politics. I don't care, but I thought that because I figured whoever was going to bring in the most chaos, that's who the elites were going to put in. Right. All right. We were looking forward to that. We're looking forward to, if Kamala won, that these Edomites would riot, they would try to, ransack the White House like they did back in January, okay, but that didn't happen, all right? And we were just talking about before camp, that this is the revived Roman Empire, okay, the second leg of the fourth beast, all right? And, we were thinking that, we talking about how even back in the ancient Roman Empire, I don't believe you had any women that were empresses, all right, that were emperors. So it would make sense that wouldn't be a part of the movie in the second leg, the revived Roman Empire, all right. But at the end of the day, no matter what, nevertheless, okay, the prophecies are gonna come to pass. You got a precept?
Yeah, this is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. It reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and a demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahweh ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men."
Yep.
All right, who's the basis of men? Which nation is associated with the basis of men and Edomites? Right. Okay, because the majority of these presidents have been Edomites. All right, and really the only one that hasn't been is Hamite Obama.
Right.
Okay, within the last 16 years.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so it makes sense that he would, Nero Caesar, which modern day Nero Caesar, Donald Trump, will be put back in there, man. All right, he's number 47, previously number 45. Okay, right. To enact everything that he promised that he would enact, including these draconian measures, all right, such as bringing back capital punishment. Okay.
Yeah, he's just talking about the guillotines.
Yep.
Which that's what Nero was doing back then. Okay, so we're not perfect, but I should have thought about that. How this is the revived Roman Empire. I should have looked at the history to see, okay, whatever happened back then is going to happen again in this time.
You're not alone on that. I was thinking the same thing because, the reason why, in my case, is the fact that Elon Musk is directly endorsing DJ Trump, and Elon Musk represents the technocracy aspect of the satanic New World Order agenda. So the writings are on the wall, you know what I'm saying? But that just further confirms that Yahweh by Shem Shai is the true ultimate judge of this whole thing. And he knows what he's doing. It says in Isaiah 55:11, his word should not return to him void.
I got a precept I already pulled up similar to that. All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. From my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them." All right. So that was one thing. The after election speech, you know, of DJT, Donald Duck, he was saying that there's not going to be any wars. He's going to bring peace. He's going to revive the so-called American dream, and all these different things, right? But the Lord is the one that's in control, man. All right, He's the one that promised that America, Babylon the Great, would be destroyed, okay, by nuclear fire. So it doesn't matter, you know, no matter what, the end result is still going to be the same. All right.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever He will." Okay.
Right.
You know, so being that this book, okay, is of the righteous blueprint and how we're supposed to be governed. Okay. You know, to please Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay. That's only you know, that only comes by way of the gift of faith, which is a spiritual gift only given to the elect of the only spiritual people created, and that's the Israelites, and specifically the elect of the Israelites. And this is why in Romans 11 and 5, it speaks about how, you know, the election obtaineth it, and everyone else will be blinded, man. Okay, roughly paraphrasing, meaning everyone outside of the elect of Israel will be blinded by the enchantments of the wine of fornication on behalf of Esau, Edom. All right, and this is what makes him the basis of all men. Is it? And I'll mention in Daniel 4:17, by way of his detestable, perverse, wicked ways of living, including sexual decadence, which is prevalent in the pagan Roman Empire. Okay,
Right.
that's why it's prevalent now. So even though on the left-hand side of politics, through the Democratic Party, you know, associated or further associated with sexual decadence, all right, through the Moism, okay, you know, other sexual decadence that the nigger woman, you know, likes to indulge in, all right, including riding a cock carousel, being a harlot and so forth on behalf of Kamala Harris's campaign, okay, you know, she Esau, you know, the world was still given to the hands of the Edomites, okay, on behalf of Esau, Edom,
Yeah,
all right.
The wicked is still empowered, all right, regardless.
And through the spirit, it came out that it was rumored that her bloodline goes back to slave owners of Jamaica.
Right.
Yeah, and they were saying specifically that the brother Priest Shimon from the main camp had brought out that her bloodline goes back to Amalek.
Yep.
All right, so she's actually an Amalekite according to her father. Her mother's a Elamite, a so-called East Indian. So that makes sense why she ran. So see that? So, but Esau used political optics through the appearance of illusion, or the illusions of grandeur, to trick the minds of our people, man.
Right.
To entice them through these enchantments, to stay psychologically conditioned to worship this devil through this beast system.
But, you know, also the average everyday, and then really, unless you're of the elect or the hopeful elect, all right, I should say, you're not aware of a spiritual seed line. Okay, so, you know, we understand that everybody who appears to be so-called black or Negro is not an Israelite. Okay, and same thing, we understand that everybody that appears to be so-called Caucasian is not an Edomite. All right, but the average, you know, mouth breather walking around in Babylon the Great, they don't understand that. So they saw Camelot and they thought, oh, that's a black, so-called black woman. She gonna make things better for us. All right, but you know, as it's been revealed, okay, her seed line goes back to the 1948ers. They go back to the fake, you know, JOOs. All right, so we understand that, and it makes sense. Just like even with Barack Obama, all right, you know, Barack Hussein Obama, they had a quote-unquote black America in a trick bag, you know, because everybody's like, yeah, change. He gonna make things better for us. He's not from the same nation as us, man.
Right.
But only the elect is gonna have that kind of information to know you're the seed of your father, regardless of what you look like. All right, some of these ninjas walking around, all right, that look like just like me, are actually Edomites, man.
Right.
And it's in their spirit. Okay, so at the end of the day, you know, it's all semantics, man. All right. Either way, Esau has the whole world in a trick bag. Okay, you hold the precept? Okay, because I got something real quick.
Okay, but you go ahead.
Okay, I got two precepts. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 8. It says, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed." All right, so Babylon the Great, once we just read in Isaiah 34:16, read ye out of the book of the Lord. Everything that's written in here is going to come to pass, man, regardless of who's in office. It wouldn't have mattered if, you know, Kamala, she may have brought Jacob's trouble quicker. All right, you know, that was my prediction, that she was going to bring chaos, and they were going to use that to establish order, you know, the New World Order, and start pushing that chip, martial law, all that kind of stuff. But either way, those things are still going to happen.
Right.
All right. It just may not happen the way that we had predicted, but the ways of the Lord are higher than ours. Okay. You know, that's the reason why, really, at the end of the day, all we can really do is trust in the Lord and have faith, man.
Got a quick precept line back on that point.
Okay.
This Proverbs 21:2 says, "Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh pondereth the hearts."
Yeah.
Okay.
What scripture was that?
Proverbs 21:2.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, because like you're saying, Yahweh by Shemishah is in charge, man. He knows what he's doing. Okay,
Right.
so even though it makes sense to us and it's more to flesh, but not more to understanding. Okay, and more to comprehension of the ramifications of catastrophe and chaos on behalf of a particular ruler. As it said in the previous verse in the same chapter, okay, he said he sets up kings, man, because the heart of the king is in the hand of Yahweh by Shemeshah, man. So whoever he decides to put in there is gonna fulfill the intent of his heart, as it says in Jeremiah 13:24. All right, and the intent of his heart to be fulfilled on the left-hand side, despite who's ruling the earth, okay, specifically in America, Babylon the Great, will further bring forth his will, and that's ultimately the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, which is the main place for captivity, okay? Because that's what the pagan Roman Empire further fulfilled, okay, especially through Nero Caesar, okay? That's why you had Claudius Caesar expel us out of Rome for doing the same thing we're doing now, prophesying against Mount Seir, exposing the wickedness of this devil.
Right.
And that's why Trump said something similar, where he was saying recently, I might have been on that Joe Rogan interview.
The prophets of doom.
Yeah, he said that.
But that was 4 years ago, actually.
No, he said he recently within that Joe Rogan interview, he doubled down on that same sentiment. He said 4 years ago in that little World Economic Forum speech he came out with, where he said in a Joe Rogan podcast, he said, you got prophets that are prophesying the end of the world through the Middle East. You know that, right? In so many words. So he was saying to Joe Rogan about a week ago in that interview that you got prophets out here that are prophesying the end of the world through this whole war or this global conflict of this war, based off what's happening in the Middle East, basically centered around Amalek.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So what he was hinting at is that these people are speaking out against the war that Amalek is provoking. It says in Jeremiah 49:20, that the least of the flock would draw them out, and that's Amalek over there in the Holy Land. All right, the perpetrators, okay, those who are perpetrated be the holy people of the Lord that are bringing forth this war, instigating this war. Okay,
right.
And Trump is in bed with Amalek. He's a direct supporter of Benjamin Milikowski. Yeah. Okay,
Right.
So it just makes sense that he would be put back in there. But hey, that just further confirms that, hey man, Yahweh Shemeshah knows what he's doing, man.
Right. Also, on top of that, America's really the only ally to the 1948ers, man. All right, the rest of the world pretty much hates them.
Right.
Okay, so he said he's gonna stop the wars and all that kind of stuff, but once again, everything that's written in this book, man. All right, and we know according to prophecy that Russia, okay, Ezekiel 38th chapter, Russia's gonna rise up against the camp of the saints, which is talking about the land of Israel, because the Lord has to purify that land, man. All right, all the wickedness and the heathens that are there, as it says in Zechariah 9:6, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. So the Lord, he's going to do what he's going to do regardless of who gets elected. All right. Let me get this quick precept. Let me finish out though what I was holding. But at Jeremiah 51, Shalakia, bear with me. Okay. Jeremiah 51 and verse 8 now, I believe is where I was at. Okay, all right, I got it. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 8. I'm going to read again. I'm going to read 8 and 9 together. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. All right, so, okay, no matter what, okay, the quote-unquote American dream is not going to be revived, man. All right, it's been dead for a long time.
Right.
Okay, it's already been dead for a long time.
Especially during the height of the C to the V to the 1-9.
Yeah.
Where a lot of
the jump shot.
Right. Yeah. That fadeaway.
The three-pointer.
Yeah, that MJ. So when that came out, a lot of these mom and pop businesses and lower tier businesses failed and never recovered.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, to the spirit. And on top of that, You know what I'm saying? A lot of these modern day Babylonians in America haven't recovered from that. Like case in point,
Right.
you know, there's a video I was watching this morning. There's a 24-year-old Shedemite who's complaining about not being able to afford groceries and suffering by way of the further impacts of hyperinflation and this overall downfall
Right.
of this Babylonian empire. Okay, and how she, you know, how her carnal aspirations were not be able to be met because of her current economic state.
Because really, if you go back to what the American dream was supposed to be, you know, like my mother, all right, my mother, she, you know, she when she was younger, she had a college degree. I'm not gonna say what she did, 'cause I don't want to, you know, put details out about my family, nobody's business. But she told me back then, you know, back in the 70s, 80s, that, you know, she was able to work 30 hours a week and had her own apartment, her own car, you know. Yeah, man. I mean, back then, even business. You worked at like in Detroit, they had the auto plants. You know, back in Detroit, they had the auto plants. People would raise whole families. They'd be able to live a nice life in the suburbs, off of working a blue collar job. You know, that's a thing that's long gone of the past, man. Even people who have advanced degrees in today's time are struggling and can barely make it in society, man. Okay, that's because that quote unquote American dream is pretty much dead. All right, what's happening is you're seeing the manifestation of how the government that's truly running this world, which is an oligarchy. Okay, this society is not a meritocracy. A meritocracy means that it be ran and people have their position in society based off of their own merit. Okay, it's not a meritocracy. This is an oligarchy. You have a few rich people, a small group of rich people, which is Lucifer in the Bible. Okay, the illuminated ones, the top echelon, upper echelon of the elite banking families, Rothschilds, Gettys, Bloombergs, Eisenhowers, and then you have their lesser luminaries that run society and control most of the world's wealth. All right, you know, back then there was a time where, you know, the average common everyday, you know, American, if he went and worked full time at a job, he could afford to take care of his family off one income and all that. Those times are long gone, and they're never coming back. Okay, that's what Americans are hoping for. They think that Trump is gonna, you know, restore the economy, hyperinflation is gonna go back down. That's not gonna happen, man. Okay, because as we just read, okay, if Babylon could be healed, we would heal it. But the Lord said He's not gonna heal it. He don't want to heal it.
Right.
And really, Jake, you shouldn't be looking forward to that, because this is not your rest. Even in the so-called golden age of America, Babylon the Great, okay, you were still having places like Black Wall Street getting burnt down, Oscarville, Georgia, where they were coming in, killing everybody, and building a man-made lake over your village that used to be there. All right, you know, you getting lynched, okay, crosses burned on your front yard. You say go home, ninja, you know, blah blah blah, this and that, right? So even in the quote-unquote golden age of America, Babylon the Great, all right, we still were never considered more than 3/5 of a man.
Right.
All right, you just said shit, man. You got Jakes being hung from trees just in today, present day time.
Yeah, I just spoke on that on the last camp video a few days ago. How that Jake in Alabama got found lynched in an abandoned warehouse or an abandoned home.
Right.
You know.
You know that dude from North Carolina? The Jake that got lynched in North Carolina. They tried to say that he went to Walmart and bought the rope and hung himself on a tree. Come on, man.
Esau, you know, like, because Esau always has a cover up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with these incidents of racial epithets and, you know what I'm saying, and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? Like Sandra Bland. You know,
Right.
she lynched herself. Come on, bro.
They said, yeah, and then they revealed that in her mugshot she was already dead. They propped her up and opened her eyes to try to make it look like she. And you saw in the pictures of her mugshot, she was like, her eyes are like half closed, and they're trying to say that yeah, like you said, she killed herself, but it was already determined that they had actually deleted her. All right, and they were trying to cover it up. I got a quick precept on that.
Before you do, I was going to land back on that thought, because, you know, as of right now, these Edomites on behalf of the right wing side of politics, these Proud Boys and so forth, they're good. They getting drunk off their ass. They're celebrating that their Messiah, Nero Caesar's back in there.
Right.
But it could very well be, you know what I'm saying, a scenario where they do something to this guy, whether they actually go through with locking him up, or they fake his death, or they actually put him to death to set these Proud Boys off. Because right now, why would they feel the need to set shit off? Because they got what they wanted. So something's gonna happen down the pike, okay, where there's gonna be uprising. Because right now, he's not the president yet.
Right.
He's a president elect.
But he's got to be inaugurated still.
Right.
But I got a quick precept. Also, I want to mention also where I'm from, in the South. Okay, you had this guy in Dulce, Georgia. He was a high schooler, and he was found dead. Okay, rolled up in a mat with his organs missing.
Kendrick Johnson.
Yeah, and they tried to say that he rolled into the mat and suffocated to death.
Right.
How the hell did his organs go missing, man?
Bruh, I did on Twitter, back when it was known as Twitter, okay, or modern day X. Maybe about a couple of years ago, I found some information on that case, because I've been covering that for I found about that when I first learned about the truth, when it happened, okay, around 2012, 2013, right? But I heard about it in 2013, but over the course of years, there's been more information has been revealed where the father of the Edomite that put that guy to death was a CIA is a part of the CIA.
Either CIA, FBI.
Okay, one of those two.
One of those alphabet.
Yeah, and then he manipulated the camera footage to make it seem like Kendrick Johnson just so happened. When you see Kendrick Johnson running in the gym, this devil, the alphabet affiliate, okay, which is the father of the Edomite that put him to death.
Right.
You know, manipulated the footage to make it seem like when Kendrick Johnson was running in the gym, he just so happened to just run in the gym. But you can see the way that the camera cut. When you see Kendrick Johnson running in there, they cut some shit. They edited it.
It skipped.
So you skipped. So why would you feel the need to do that unless you have something to hide? All right, because
he just so happened to fall, roll into the mat, and then the mat, it's alive.
Yeah, right.
The mat came alive and choked him up like a snake.
In perfect symmetry.
Yeah, in perfect symmetry, right. And then the mat took its own knife, cut his stomach open and took out his organs.
Right.
Come on,
and bludgeoned his face. Okay, and bludgeoned his face to where he was unrecognizable because before they stuffed him with newspaper. They stuffed him with newspaper. Before they did that, it came out that this was all over a damn female, man, over a Sheetamite.
Yeah.
Because they love Jake. So that was a passion crime. Cause that Esau is weak. You devils, despite your current prominence on the earth, okay, about pursuing Daniel 4:17, you're weak, man. You're the basis of men, is the same precept I mentioned. So you can't dance, you can't fight, there's nothing special about you devils, man. So you really envy Jake, especially Judah. Okay, so that was a passion crime, man, where that Sheetamite that he's either dealing with, he was either already popping or he wanted to pop, desired to Jake, whether Kendrick Johnson popped her or not, she obviously desired him, and that set that devil off to bludgeon him to death, right? It came out that he took a weight and he bludgeoned him to death, man. Yeah. You see that? And then try to cover it up by rolling him in the damn mat, and then Esau came out with this bullshit ass story, man. Yep. Okay. So yeah, man, and I posted, when I found that information, I posted it all on Twitter, man. Okay, but that was a while ago. I'd have to go back and try to find it, but
I got a precept.
The
book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 4. You mind checking the comment board?
Yeah. And by the way, Salakia, Shalom, Barakar Tawa, Shalom, including the brother Amraya and comment board, Yahweh Shimon Shabbat Thumb. All right. Yep. About to watch for tuning in.
Zechariah 11 and 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell thee say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Okay, so you already know what that's talking about. All right, the Lord is giving prophecy. Feed the flock of the slaughter. Okay, the Lord's flock. All right, those who were subject to the curses and still are being slaughtered, man. Okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. I feed the flock of the slaughter. It says, whose our possessor? Esau, Edom, man. Okay, we're still here, tributaries under him, even though we don't have, chains around our necks. Give me Baruch 3 and 8. Even though we don't have chains around our necks. Okay, if you don't do what Esau tells you to do in this society, get up and, go work every day, which that was the decree by the Heavenly Father. Man doesn't work, he shall not eat. But, we don't even get to enjoy the increase of our labors, okay, because we give it all to this system. For the most part,
So
you work 40, 50 hours a week, and then as soon as you get your check, okay, now you got to give it to the landlord. You got utilities, water bill, light bill, gas, electricity, phone bill, all these different things, just to barely scrape by in this society. So we're still possessed, okay? Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. All right, so when a Jake is deleted out here, you know, at the hands of an Edomite, okay, you can just about guarantee that 9 times out of 10 he's gonna get off, unless it's like really just obvious that, and sometimes even if it is obvious, a lot of times he's still gonna get off on it, man. Okay, so that's this prophecy right here. You know, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." Okay, so the Edomites that you know possessed us, slay us, hold themselves not guilty, also were the ones, you know, who were selling us, you know, to other Edomites, you know, plantations, okay, plantation transfers and all that, selling us as gifts off to, you know, to other Edomites, and they say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich." Okay, so they really believe the Lord is dealing with them, man. They really believe that the Lord is on their side. Okay, actually, when I saw a lot of people were posting when Donald Duck, when he had won the elections, a lot of people were saying, they were posting, I think it's 2 Chronicles 7:14, where it says, "If my people shall turn and repent of their sins, then I will heal their land," something like that.
Yeah.
Like trying to apply that to America, Babylon the Great. That ain't talking about America.
Right.
That's talking about the Israelites. I saw another one, dude put up, I think it was Psalms 33, where it said, I can't remember it, but anyways, they think that, a lot of people think that this is the Holy Land. Okay, a lot of Edomites think that this is, you know, God's country, so to speak, blah, blah, blah. It's funny, man, but hey, like I said, okay, Babylon the Great is gonna fall, it's gonna be destroyed regardless, okay? That's what the scriptures say, and there's no other place that fits the prophecies of Babylon the Great, all right?
Yeah, it says, and I got a quick precept.
Yep.
This really applies to Jake, but modern, you know, in regards to the prophecy of trusting the counsel of modern day Egypt, or Egypt, ancient Egypt, and even in modern day Egypt, because Egypt means house of bondage.
Right.
But you know, this also applies to you heathen, okay? Because you also trust in the satanic counsel, and you the only difference is there's salvation for the elect of Israel, and there's salvation for Israel in general. This says in Romans, the 11th chapter, okay? Romans 11:25-26, right? But there's no salvation for you heathen, you natural Gentiles, okay? But you natural Gentiles, especially Edomites, the lowest and vilest of all the heathen nations, especially trust in modern Egypt that's in America, because this is your end all be all, man. And that's why you've emotionally invested in this place.
If I may add, there's no salvation in the world to come for Esau and the heathen nations, because they already received their salvation. This is their world, this is their kingdom, this is your heaven. That's the reason why in the prophecies in the scriptures over and over, it says, "For I will shake the heavens." All right, you know, and what is that talking about? Okay, I will shoot missiles from one end of heaven to the other, because heaven and hell are conditions played out on earth. All right, this is Esau's heaven, and this is our hell. Okay, and that's about to be reversed. Okay, just like the parable of Lazarus. All right, Lazarus in Luke the 16th chapter, the poor man, he was in his hell. He was a beggar on the street, you know, just begging for crumbs off the rich man's table. All right, and then what happened? Okay, after death, which symbolizes going into the next world. Okay, you know, after death, he slept and then he resurrected unto Abraham's bosom, right? But then the rich man, which is Esau, okay, what happened to him? He got put in the lake of fire, man. Okay, and that's the inheritance of the wicked, as it says in Psalms 11:6, Psalms chapter 11 and verse 6. Okay, that's the inheritance of the wicked, that nuclear fire. So, yeah, there's no salvation, because you've already received your salvation. You already received your consolation. Okay, you're the rich man in the parable of Lazarus. All right.
This is why you devil fighting. You're so fervent in fighting for this sinking ship, America, Babylon Great. All right.
Yep.
So you know this is it for you, man. Okay.
Yep.
You know, mainly these wicked elite international crime banking families understand that this is it, man. Okay. So, and that's why, you know, as a master is, so is his servant. You know, it just goes into Wisdom of Solomon 18:11. But this is Isaiah 31. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children," said the Lord Yahweh, "that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover it with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." So, so if you literally, you know, voted, okay, you know, for either party, you're showcasing your hatred towards Yahweh by Shem and Shai, because love and hate are both actions. Okay, love is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and in this case, under this current grace period, we're rehearsing the righteous law, statutes, commandments by way of our measure of faith. All right, and hatred is the contrary. All right, hatred is, leaning on one's own understanding. Okay, including those who are under the enchantment of fighting for an empire. Okay, that is that is established off of, it was established off of carnality and witchcraft, man. All right, that's why it's a free-for-all spirit here in Babylon the Great. All right, because this is not a country. This is not a God-fearing country. All right,
Nah.
this is a wicked, tyrannical, corporation of consumerism, man. Okay, it's all about commerce. It's all about generating income.
Right,
okay,
right.
you know, but that's mainly only done through the usage of the petrodollar. Okay, but being that these nations have found a way to bypass it, that's going to further bring a scarcity of resource, because America, okay, is the largest importer on our earth and not an exporter. That's another reason why America is referred to as a whore in the scriptures, man. All right, so if you trust in that, you trust in the mighty Egypt, America, Babylon the Great. All right, and you're trusting in death. This is Isaiah 30:2. It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not acts of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. All
I
right,
got that in NLT.
Con, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Con, go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30. What he just read, he read in the KJV. I'm going to read it in the New Living Translation. All right, it says, "For without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt for help. You have put your trust in Pharaoh's protection. You have tried to hide in his shade." Okay, Isaiah 30:3, New Living Translation. "But by trusting Pharaoh, you will be humiliated, and by depending on him, you will be disgraced." Okay, all right, why? Because, what's that scripture? Which I got it pulled up, Lamentations, the 4th chapter. I got it right here in the KJV. Lamentation 4 and verse 17. All right, and it reads, it says, "As for our eyes, as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us." Okay? Babylon the Great ain't gonna, this is not your rest, man. Like I said, okay, when we first came to this country, we were 3/5 of a man, and that's on the books. All right, that's what you always gonna be in America, Babylon the Great, man. All right? And this place ain't gonna be healed, no matter who gets in office. Actually, I got another precept on that, because in his after election speech, all right, he was saying, like I said, I'm gonna bring peace, ain't gonna be no war, yada yada, etc., etc. That's not in the scriptures, man. The Lord said, I will destroy the wicked and sinful kingdom from off the face of the earth. All right, there's another scripture I got, 1 Thessalonians, you already know where I'm going. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3. Bear with me, I'm trying to find it. All right. Come on. If you can pull it up real quick. Oh, dang, I had it. Then I lost it again. Hang on, 1 sec. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. That's where I'm going. Come on, man. Oh, got it. Okay. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. All right, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." All right. So he's promising peace. Ain't gonna be no war. I'm gonna heal Babylon. I'm gonna revive the quote-unquote American dream. But when they say peace and safety, and sudden destruction, because that's what the Lord has planned, man. All right, Matthew 10 and 34. Okay, it says, "Think not that I'm come to bring peace, but a sword." Okay, that's what the Lord is coming to bring, man. Especially to the most wicked place on the face of the earth, man. The most wicked kingdom ever existed. All right, on the face of the earth. Okay, like Elder Apostle Ramla was going into yesterday about the slaughter, of the so-called natives, man. 55 million. They killed so many natives over here that they had a cooling of the whole a global cooling, man. They cooled the Earth's temperature, all right, because there was less carbon being emitted. All right, that's how many people they killed. So you think the Lord, he's just gonna let bygones be bygones? He forgot about that? No, man. The ship is sinking regardless. All right, and now that the ship is sinking, all of a sudden, okay, they want Jake, okay, the Israelites to join hand in hand with them, and try to repair the holes in the ship, just so you could go back to being a second-class citizen. All right.
Go ahead. So this is Isaiah 14 and this is Isaiah 14 and 20. It says, "Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned." Okay, so if you're who's the seed of the evildoers? Esau, Edom, the Edomites. All right, the self-proclaimed Caucasians. The biblical nationality are the Edomites. All right, and even these so-called Edomite scholars understands that. That's why when you look up, you Google Edom, you go to the Wikipedia, scroll down to the religion section, it further reveals that those people claiming to be the chosen people of the Lord over there in the Holy Land are also Edomites, and specifically Amalekites of the top of the nation Edom. So all these Edomites are the seed of the evildoers. If you're drawn onto them in any faction or any which way imaginable, okay, through their politics, through their technocracy, bread and circus events, okay, politics, so forth, all right, you will be destroyed, man, along with them.
In the old Jewish encyclopedia, okay, printed in 1925, it was page 41 of volume 5. It told you that modern day Jewry is Edom. All right, it said that. You know, they removed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have to actually buy the encyclopedia to find it, but you used to be able to find that information on the internet. All right, but they removed it now.
Most likely they charge an arm and a leg for that because they know, like they say, you want to hide anything from a nigga, put it in a book. And Jake don't like to read because really that the reason why that is, it goes back to slavery, chattel slavery, where these devils were not allowing us to read, especially the scriptures. If you found reading the scripture, you put to death on sight. All right. But nonetheless, all right, the seed of the evildoers are being further revealed by their wicked, profane, ungodly nature, man. Okay, and their politics is further indicative of that. All right.
Yeah, go ahead and get that verse 21 too.
Right. Yeah. So because you same devils the one that destroyed the land in 70 AD, man. Or you further contributed to the destruction of our second temple, which led into the desecration of our temple, our second temple, and ultimately the defiling of our land. All right. So there's going to be recompense for every single one of you. As it goes into here in verse 21, it says, "Prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the earth with cities." All right, so slaughter can be prepared for all the children of the evildoers. Okay, the seed of the evildoers, which is Edomites. Every single one of the Edomites is going to be destroyed. Okay, after 1,000 years of rulership. Okay, this was prophesied in Obadiah 1 and 18, Revelation the 20th chapter, Isaiah the 24th chapter, and so forth. You Edomites will cease to exist after Yahushua redeems the children of Israel, and we get them ruling after 1,000 years. Which within that first 1,000 years, we will be eradicated a nation for destroying the earth, and that's going to be a reward, as it speaks about in Revelation 11 and 18. And Nero Caesar is going to further contribute to that, man. Because he's just a puppet of the throne of iniquity, right? The wicked international crime banking families. All right.
Go ahead and go to Job 18. I got some precepts. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 41, and verse 5. "The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake." All right, so that's exactly what's happening, man. Okay, they're being the children of the ungodly are being reproached for his sake. All right, talking about Esau, man, constantly coming out here and bring out these prophecies, of their downfall. All right, how the Lord is going to recompense double, as the scriptures say, unto the seed of the wicked. All right, there's a little bit more meat on this. I'm trying to find the exact scripture I'm looking for, though. Okay, here it is, verse 8. "Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High God. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if you be born, ye shall be born to a curse. And if you die, a curse shall be your portion." All right. So it's continuing on. Verse 10, "All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again. So the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction." All right. And it tells you, in what's Isaiah the 34th chapter, it says, I think verse 5, it says, "Behold, my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and it shall come down upon Idumea," all right, with another word for Esau, Edom, "the people of my curse to judgment." All right, so there is a people on the earth, okay, that are running the earth, that are ruling over the earth right now, that are the people of the Lord's curse to judgment. All right, I got another precept. All right, Psalms 21 in verse 9. It says, "Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth," and their fruit is talking about their offspring, "and their seed from among the children of men." He said, "I will destroy their seed from among the children of men." And then you got the Job 18, right? All right, go ahead and bring that out.
Job chapter 18, start at verse 5. It says, "Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out. And that light is his is symbolic of wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And Esau's wisdom, knowledge, understanding is sensual and devilish. That's his, which is a part of his wine fornication. That modern day Western philosophy, okay, including the politics, the feminism, okay, the Moism of sodomy. Okay, that's why they pushed alphabet mafia so much. That's why that was associated. That alphabet mafia aspect of his wine was associated with the left wing.
Yep.
Okay, through his identity politics and and so forth. All right. So this is why his lights can be put out of his candle, man. Okay, because knowledge of wickedness is not of wisdom. Roughly paraphrasing Sirach the 19th chapter.
Yep.
So this is Job 21 and 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. And snare is a trap. Okay. It says the book of Psalm. He would fall within his own snares, man. Roughly paraphrasing. This is Job 18 and 9. It says the jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Verse 10 says, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. And part of those terrors, all right, making him afraid on every side, all right, it includes those nukes, all right, those ICBM missile warheads. That's why North Korea just recently tested more nukes on the eve of the election. Okay, just like they tested off they further tested their Hwasong 19 ICBM missile on so-called Halloween of all days, because they're further furbishing the sword to eventually be able to hit America, Babylon the Great, because it's prophesied in Jeremiah 50 and 9. Okay, and really Jeremiah chapter 50 verses 9, to around the 17th verse, that these the nations of the north, including Russia, Iran, China, and so forth, including those of the BRICS Union, are going to target America with their ICBMs, man.
Right,
these thermonuclear missiles, man.
The brother Imrayah put that up on the comment board.
Yep, Jeremiah 51, yep.
Brother Imrayah, okay, from San Antonio, he put up Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right, just like it says in Jeremiah 50th chapter, like you mentioned, okay, all the nations go around her, spare no arrows. Those arrows are talking about nuclear missiles, man. Okay, it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Okay, meaning all her armies. Okay, so that's what's coming, man. Like, that's what's coming. That's that terror that's gonna, that big T, that's gonna have Esau afraid at every side, because, the men of his confederacy are turning against him, man. Okay, and it's starting. Really, they're bringing it upon themselves with those damn Amalekites. Okay, what they're doing to the Palestinians, which we know that the Lord, He's in control of all that. Okay, because they're not innocent either. They had you had the Arab slave trade. Pretty much all the different judgments that's going out on the face of the earth. The Lord is just destroying the oppressors. All right, Esau, Edom being the strongest and greatest of the oppressors. All right, but the Lord, that's why He's punishing them Palestinians, man. He's letting those Amalekites, pretty much commit open air genocide against them, man. Okay, but Esau not gonna get away. The Lord is just saving the best for last. That's it. All right, Esau he gonna get his, and he gonna get his double. He gonna get his worse than the rest of the nations, man. You see? So go ahead, Slakia.
Yeah, I got a quick precept on that. This is Job 27. Job 27 and 13. It says, this is a portion of a wicked man with the Most High Yahweh, and a heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. All right, so the portion of a wicked man with the Most High Yahweh is mainly on the heritage of oppressors, which is the same seed of the evildoers mentioned in Isaiah 14:20, which is Edomites, man. Okay, and this is why they're all gonna receive a recompense for what their forefathers have done, because we are all our forefathers in the reincarnation. So we had to, like it says in Lamentations 5 and 4, how the children of Israel had to suffer for the sins of their forefathers. The same is going to be for you Edomites, man.
Right.
Okay. A lot of you Edomites, like this, when you get condemned, okay, for wickedness for forefathers, and prophesy your fate because of that, you like to use coping mechanisms and defense mechanisms, such as saying, that was my, I didn't do that to you. I didn't do that to your people.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But
Right.
the Heavenly Father is ancient of all days, and it says in Ecclesiastes 3:15, okay, in other precepts, that he requires witches of the past, man.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So you're not going to get away, man.
He judges whole nations.
That's right.
Okay. The reason you're the people of his curse to judgment. All right. And this place right here that we're standing on, this ground, all right, is your main inheritance. This is Basra, all right, the chief capital city of Edom. Okay.
Right. And that's why, these people that wear, for example, these people that wear those MAGA hats, you do nothing but wearing modern day KKK hoods, man. Because by way of the ideals of Trump's policies and the whole vibration of his campaign is anti-Jake, is anti-so-called Negro, anti-so-called indigenous, okay? Anti-Southern Kingdom, that is, anti-Northern Kingdom,
Right.
okay? Especially the Northern Kingdom, with the whole crackdown on the border talking points, okay?
Right. Which there has been, said what 10 million, they said 10 million people from all these different countries around the world.
Right.
But here's the thing, even before that was happening, the people that were coming over here, which is mostly the Issacharites, so-called Mexicans, they weren't coming over here really bothering nobody, man.
Right.
And like they love to have them over here so they can exploit them for cheap labor.
Right.
All right. But then, okay, just like the devil, all right, when it's time for them to benefit on anything, now they got a problem with that.
Right.
Like how dare you get exploited by us and then you want to make something of your life.
Right.
That's pretty much what it is, man.
There's no other nation that thinks that way except for this devil, man.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
he's a real fork tongue, like it says in Psalm 55:21, where he speaks words smooth as butter, but he hides war under his tongue. Okay, that's why he speaks like a dragon, as it says in Revelation 13:11,
Right.
a serpent. Okay, case in point. All right, so this is back in so finishing the thought, before I get back to the precept in Job 27. All right, you devils are wearing the wear those MAGA hats, do number wearing modern day KKK hoods, man. Okay, because case in point, DJ Trump's father, Fred Trump, was a KKK affiliate.
Yeah.
So how you like them apples, man? All you niggas and spicks for Trump.
And he was friends with like a grand wizard. Is what they
Right,
call him.
yeah, a Duke. I think his name was David Duke.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is back at Job 27:14. It says, "If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and its offspring shall not be satisfied with bread," because you devils have a scarcity mindset.
What scripture was that?
Job 27:14.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. Because that lines up with Sirach 12:16. Yeah, you wouldn't be satisfied with blood. There's not enough amount of bloodshed that can be shed that will satisfy you devils, man. That's why you butchered and massacred and mutilated the Northern Kingdom, specifically the tribe of Gad, so much so during the Spanish Inquisition, man, and to the point where you made a sport out of it. Okay, and you read man. Hey, that's why this land is saturated with the blood of the saints, and that's why Revelation 16:6 it prophesies how you devils, all right, we're going to be given plenty of blood to drink. Okay, so this is Job 27:15. It says, "Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep." Because it says in Isaiah the 47th chapter, you're gonna know the experience of widowhood and famine and other and death in general. Okay, within a short time span, man. You're gonna know these things, within a short time span. Okay, I believe it's in Isaiah 47:9. Okay, go ahead and grab that real quick.
Yep.
All right, to quote it, to bring it out as it's written. This is Isaiah chapter 47 and start at verse 6. "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy." Okay, going into the Spanish Inquisition example that was just mentioned, man. For because secular history is filled through the biblical prophecy. All right. It goes on to say, "Upon the ancient has a very heavily laid the yoke, and we are the ancient nation." Speaks about in the book of Isaiah. Okay, that's why after 722 BC, 722 BC. Okay, the Northern Kingdom. Shortly after that period, the Northern Kingdom sailed over here. Okay, shortly after Assyrian captivity, to attempt to rehearse the righteous laws, statutes, commandments, or keep them to the best of their ability, as is prophesied in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. So they've been over here for thousands upon thousands of years, man, further confirming that we are the ancient nation spoken about here. Okay? It says in Isaiah 47:7, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever. So thou, Salakia, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart,
Right.
neither didst remember the latter end of it. See, devils haven't considered your latter end, that your beloved America will fall, okay, and that you will be subdued under the people that you greatly despise, which are the descendants of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and even Israelite foreigners, man. Okay. So this is Isaiah 47, and it's further land back on that point. This further confirms that America is that lady, okay, the whore that sits upon many waters, all right, of that Queen of Heaven, Semiramis spirit. That's why feminism is so prevalent here. That's why the Statue of Liberty over there in New York, okay, commemorates the goddess Libertas, which is the goddess of liberty, freedom to be a mole, freedom to be a sexual deviant, a whore, okay, a damn scoundrel, a con artist like Trump. Another reason why he's the current commander-in-chief again, okay? So this is Isaiah 47:8. Therefore, hear now this, thou, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures,
Right.
that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. All right. So you devil's saying that you are. I am. You're saying that you're the Most High.
Right.
As it says in 2 Thessalonians 2:4. Okay. That's Trump's mentality, and that's really because his mentality is cognizant or indicative of the mentality of the throne of iniquity he answers to, the wicked elite, international crime banking families.
I got a precept to add on to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Psalms 10:6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. All right, the mindset of the wicked man. Okay, you know, like you said, I am, and there is none else. Who can bring me down?
Right.
You know, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, I will bring thee down.
And what did he say? And what further proves that is pertaining to Edomites, you modern day self-proclaimed Caucasian white people, the whole notion that who could bring down, not even God could bring down the Titanic.
Oh yeah.
But through the Spirit, we believe that it's most likely Leviathan is one that caused the Titanic, you know what I'm saying, to be in its current state that it's in right now.
Yep.
Way underwater within the depths of the sea.
Yep.
Okay? Right? Just like the old Marines commercial, the proud, the Marines.
And they can't find the Titanic either. How have they found it?
I think supposedly they found like little pieces of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah.
So a remnant of it, but
Yeah,
for the most part, the main part of it,
Right.
never to be found again.
Kind.
Yep.
You know, so
Never to be brought back to its former glory.
kind. But continue this here in Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All right, so your enchantments are a part of your sorceries, your divination, including your politics and every aspect of your rulership, which is part of your satanic devices, because that is the source of your strength. Okay, all right, wickedness. Okay, delusions of grandeur. Okay, including delusions of America being great again, because really, when they say the whole ideal of America being made great again, okay, is in support of bringing back the Jim Crow era.
Right.
Where Jake was in slavery. Okay, Jake was segregated from this devil. Where, like in the '60s, for example, they had, water fountains for Negroes only.
Right.
You couldn't drink from the white fountain. They want to bring the era back, and that's what Trump's campaign is all about, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what you Jakes to understand. His campaign is pro Jake, his pro Israelite.
Right, but Jake has always thought that if he could make a deal with his master, that he would somehow benefit off of on the side.
Yep.
And here's the thing, you might a little bit, okay, but at the end of the day, what's gonna happen? You're still gonna be destroyed.
Can you get that in 1 Maccabees 1?
Nah, it would have rained.
Okay, yeah, it froze.
Oh, it froze?
Yeah.
Dang.
Hey, let me check. Let me check one.
It may come back.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Let me check real quick.
Find out. Yeah, it's
still
straight
good.
black.
Yeah, it's still good on my end.
Oh, it's good on your end? Oh, we still moving?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not gonna ask no questions then.
But now it's black.
Now it's black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
All right. Well,
Oh, the brother Amraya said just swipe off and back.
swipe off and
I
back.
guess.
Oh, he's probably seen it happen before.
Hey, water.
That's it? Okay, good.
Con.
All right, we back then.
Con.
Okay. All right, so you said you want me to get first Maccabees?
1 and 10.
Yep.
Yeah, man, because, hey, there's nothing new under the sun, man. Our people are always sought out to please the oppressor,
Right.
because, just going back to ancient Egypt, where, the wicked of our people essentially, threatened the lives of Moses and Aaron if they were not permitted to return back to Egypt,
Right.
okay, to enjoy the dainties and the carnal pleasures and, of Egypt.
Hey, I got a brother Araya, you just earned yourself a wrench.
Con.
Yeah. All right, my man. You're a moderator now. The water for that.
Con.
You earned yourself a wrench, my man. Appreciate that.
Con.
All right, this is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 10. All right, it says, "And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 130th and seventh year of the kingdom of the Greeks. And in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow."
And what's for example of that? This damn Mo Quincy Jones just recently kicked the bucket at age 91 because he was a top mogul in Hollywood. Okay, putting a lot of stars, putting a lot of stars on and contributing to the success in their careers, like Michael Jackson, Will Smith, Tevin Campbell, so forth. And he was a Mo, allegedly,
Right.
because on behalf of what Tupac said.
All these dudes are.
Yeah,
all these dudes.
You
are
don't you don't get that high in Hollywood without being a Mo.
Right. You
Okay.
gotta open up that Duke shoot.
Con. Right. Yeah, that's what he did, man.
Nasty.
Okay, you look at that dude and tell he's a damn freak.
Yeah.
So basically in exchange for Pac or Tupac, okay, dating one of his daughters, the proposition was for him to sleep with Quincy. So that's a perfect example of that, man, because he was so protected in Hollywood on behalf of Amalek, that runs the music industry in Hollywood in general, because he was a major cash cow. Because a lot of these sellout jakes are a part of the Boule Society. Okay, so that's a prime example of the scripture here.
Yep.
You can keep reading. I think there's one more on that actually.
Yeah, it
I think
is.
it's verse 12.
It is.
Yeah.
I lost my. Okay.
Yeah.
I got my place back.
Yeah, the main point is in verse 12, I believe.
Yep. First Maccabees chapter 1. I'm gonna read verse 11 and 12 together again.
Con.
Okay. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11 and 12. It says, "In those days there went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen."
Right there it says, "This device pleased them well." The Hebrew word for device is mazamah. It's a wicked invention. Okay, part of wicked inventions Esau's Hollywood, right, which consists of composed of his coven of witches and warlocks, man. That's why that former luminist, John, I know Elder Paul Escobar mentioned his name before, John something, I believe it was. And he basically brought out he exposed the wickedness of the music industry on behalf of Hollywood, how these devils would have like wicked priests on the left-hand side, and they would gather around in the studio, in certain studios, and they would pray on the left-hand side to Shaitan over the rock music and whatnot. That's why that heavy metal shit is heavily demonic. Okay.
Yeah, spirits.
Con.
Yeah, and really, before we was in the truth, when you listen to certain types of music, it changes your spirit. It puts different emotions on you, and different spirits on you. Like, I remember when I was younger, I don't listen to rap music too much anymore. Really, not at all, because you realize that it's really just social programming.
Right.
All right, it's a bunch of BS. Pushing wickedness and lawlessness. But when I used to listen to that nonsense, I put on some what was I listening to? I was listening to like Nipsey Hussle back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be a Crip to the day that I die, and all that kind of stuff. And that would give me a certain attitude. Now I'd be walking through the hallways, you know, with a tough guy persona. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm ready for war. I'm ready to fight. Blah, this and that. Be ready to shoot somebody or do something stupid. Throw away your whole life for fucking nothing. Because now you hyped up by this dumbass music, like with Chief Queef. All right, that damn drill music, man. Okay, and now what do you see in Chicago? You got a whole group of youth that's been programmed by that bullshit. All right, and they out there, you know, you got 10, 11-year-olds out there with switches, you know, robbing folks, shooting niggas because they trying to live up to that Chirac. We need the drill capital.
Right.
It's the same shit where I'm from, man. Atlanta, Georgia, a bunch of damn niggas running around, you know, trying to you know, be a trap star and all that other kind of bullshit.
Yeah, back in the early to mid 2000s, you had the crunk era with Pastor Troy. You know, I think Pastor Troy was either from Augusta or Atlanta.
Right.
You know, but yeah, Pastor Troy. You know,
Augusta, I think.
He was Augusta. He was born in Augusta, but he repped Atlanta, or whatever. But around that era, you had Pastor Troy, Lil Jon, Trillville, and all them. You know what I'm saying? They gave, you know, and that's why you saw a lot of that music be played in clubs and bars and shit. It would more often than not result in a riot because it has spirits on it. I mean, like we going into.
And look at our damn women, man. Fucking shame.
Time.
All right, what's that? My booty hole brown.
Yeah.
That bullshit. And now you got women just loose as a motherfucker.
And they played that shit. And like the beloved elder Yatazaka out of GMS Dallas said recently, actually last night, when they camped last night, he was saying, hey man, this is the first time, and probably, you know, this is the first time in presidential history where they you know, it was associated with booty holes and shit like that.
Right.
You know, the way he worded it was funny as hell, but it was true.
Damn shame.
Sexual decadence, man. You know, because that's nonsensical to make a song about that. And then it was associated with Kamala Harris, where they played that song at one of her rallies, man. They would never play that garbage at a Trump rally. Because they're trying to keep that legacy alive on the left-hand side of keeping Jake psychologically conditioned to being deviants.
Right.
Okay?
Because it was mostly faggots and women
Con.
that was, you know, going for come a lot.
Yeah, and that guy's name just came back to my mind. John Todd. That was his name. So John Todd was that former luminary that further exposed the secrets in Hollywood through the music aspect of Hollywood. You know, where these devils, you know, they throw up enchantments over the music, certain music, including rap, heavy metal, and then, you know, that's why, you know, cause that's a part of them, you know, producing a nation of incels and degenerates, okay? Because misery loves company, you know, for the fact that Esau has no salvation, okay? It says in St. Matthew 15:14, you know, let them alone, you know, let the blind leaders of the blind lead the blind into a ditch, which is symbolic of what? Death and destruction. That's exactly what Esau is destined to go. So everything a part of his rulership is for that purpose, to bring down as many people with him as possible. Because he knows there's no salvation for him. That's why Revelation 12:12 prophesies how he would come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. And Trump's going to fulfill that prophecy.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just had this last one back in Isaiah 30, and the point was actually in I'm gonna continue Isaiah 30 and 2. I'll read that again. It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not acts of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and the trust, which is death. In verse 3 it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's why to this day we're shame-faced Israelites. Okay, that's the real meaning of confusion faces. Okay, because really the Israelite foreigners are, okay, is the proper term for the Jakes that don't know that they're Jakes, they're Israelites. Okay, we're shame-faced by way of the shame of sin. Okay, that's why Jake has a guilty conscience. All right, but that shame is going to further manifest when Jake, the 2/3 Israelites, you know, find out the hard way that their trust in the shadow of Egypt was in vain.
Right.
Like going out there to vote, for example, how you know, in which your votes don't fucking matter anyway, because it's a selection instead of an election. But yet still, when this devil shows his horns, okay, you know, that's when you Jakes gonna have to, you 2/3 Israelites gonna have to fend for yourselves, man. That's why we're making a calling election sure, because we don't know if we have the elect.
Right.
You see that? Because we fear Yahweh by Shem and Shai. And the Jakes that trust in the shadow of Egypt under this modern day Egyptian council, okay, on behalf of Esau Edom, don't fear Yahweh by Shem and Shai, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because you know they think that they've seen the stability of this place, of Babylon the Great. They think that it's always going to be like that. I got a quick precept. The book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. If you could hit the comment board real quick. Hey, and son of Yahweh 144, Yahweh Bashmi al Shah Barakatah. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and I'm gonna get verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." All right, so the sown places, when you think of something that's sown, something that's stable, okay, you know, that's rooted. All right, this, you know, people look at this place as the most stable and rooted, you know, place or country on the earth. This is really the only country where we've never seen like mass chaos, death and destruction, you know, on the soil here. Okay, you go to other countries, you know, even in Europe, they've had, you know, all kind of wars and bloodshed and all that kind of stuff, you know, but America, Babylon the Great has never had a foreign entity actually come in here and bring destruction to this land, man, right? So people see this place as a place of safety, okay? So it says the sown places shall suddenly appear unsown, all right, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, all right? And what's a storehouse? A storehouse is a place where you go and get food, all right? So people, you know, people can't imagine a famine, all right, coming to Babylon the Great, man. They don't think that something like that could ever happen, all right? But it's prophesied of, man. And like I said, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as upon a woman that travaileth with child, and they shall not escape. All right, so you know, if you're trusting in this society instead of trusting in the Lord, you're gonna be let down, man. You're gonna be destroyed. All right, continuing on, it says, 2nd Ezra 6 and now verse 23. "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid." Could you give me Zephaniah 1 and 14? Okay, so, and that trumpet represents like a strange noise or a sound of war, okay? So when that time comes and the Lord decides to flip that switch, all right, a lot of people, most people are gonna be caught with their pants around their ankles, man. They're gonna be caught with their pants down because they're not prepared for none of this stuff. All right, and you can see it. All right, when after the election, okay, people were like, "Oh, it's gonna get better. Finally, America's gonna become great again." That's not what the scriptures say, though. So once again, when they say peace and safety, there's sudden destruction. All right, that's when the Lord is gonna flip that switch. When you think it's all love. All right, I'm gonna read that again. 2nd Ezra 6 and what was I at? 2nd Ezra 6 and 23. "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid." It tells you they got the Zephaniah. Okay, go ahead and bring that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 13. That
Okay.
goes to what you're prophesying about.
Yeah.
There's Zephaniah 1 and 13. It says, "Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof." So you're not gonna be able to enjoy the so-called fruits of your labors. Like you eat much you're currently doing right now, by way of the labor. The labors on our behalf kept back by fraud. This is prophesied in St. James the 5th chapter.
Yep.
Through the laboring through the cotton fields, the tobacco fields and sugar fields, for example.
Right.
Okay, you're no longer gonna be able to benefit off of those things because this place is gonna get shut down. All right, you know, case in point, and that's why another reason why Malachi 1 and 4 says how Yahweh Bashmi Shai will tear down this place, man. Okay. Go ahead.
I just want to make a quick correction though. That Zephaniah that you're quoting, that great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, they're gonna rise up, and you're not gonna be able to enjoy the benefits of being here in America, Babylon the Great. All right, so you're putting your trust in this system, you know, thinking that once again the economy's gonna get better. You know, maybe you get that new career that you always wanted. All right, at the end of the day, the Lord already told us that everything you do here is in vain. All right, because strangers, meaning the other nations, are pretty much gonna pillage you. They're gonna ravish you, and that's gonna be the time of Jacob's trouble, where the Lord destroys and purges out all the 2/3 the wicked Israelites, man.
Yeah, Salaki, yeah, that's right. Because in the previous verse, it goes in, it further adds on to that context about
I will search Jerusalem with candles.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Salaki. That more so pertains to Jake.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, but in certain cases, you have prophecies that could be twofold, right? Because the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, is going to come by way of that darkness, the gloominess of Hamashiach and Habashai. All right.
Right.
But that's more so pertaining to Jake, you know.
Right.
But
because that's who the prophecy is really written for. These Edomites, they threw anyways.
Yeah, it might
all
swipe
right?
out again. It froze again.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, it's back. All right. Anyways, Salaki, technical difficulties, but yeah, these Edomites they threw anyways. All right. Jake is gonna be the one who really suffers on this side in Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, because we already know what it's gonna be. All right, race wars, class wars, civil wars, economic woes. All right, and we know that Jake is gonna kill a lot of Edomites. All right, but also, you know, the Lord is raising up that spirit of the dragon, okay, of Esau, to kill a lot of Jakes. All right, so 2/3 of people are gonna be destroyed. So you trusting in the system, it's all in vain, man. All right, it's all gonna come to naught.
Yeah, but I got that 14 you called for.
Yep.
There's Zephaniah 1 and 14. It says, "A great day of the Lord Yahweh by Shemi Abshai is near. It is near and hasted greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord Yahweh by Shemi Abshai, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly."
Right, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Okay, so all these tough guys, you know, gangsters, thugs, okay, all that, none of that's gonna mean anything in that day, man. Okay, as a matter of fact, all right, the only way that you're gonna survive is if the Lord is dealing with you, if the angels are protecting you. Okay, otherwise, if you're not marked, if you're not slated for salvation, what did the angel say? All right, in Ezekiel 9, he said, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids, little children, and women. All right, but come not near upon any man whom is the mark." So, if you don't have that mark of salvation on you, it don't matter if you 6'5", 250 pounds, all muscle, and you look like the Rock, and you got a damn rocket launcher and assault rifles in your house. That's not gonna mean anything, man. All right, and really, these Edomites, they excel at killing. Okay, you got these Navy, you got men like Navy SEALs, Army Rangers. Okay, it don't matter how big and strong and tough you are. These dudes are killing machines. One of these guys could kill 7 of your toughest homeboys in 30 seconds, man.
Green Beret.
Green Beret, right. These special ops and all that kind of stuff. Because best believe, all right, when this time comes that we're reading about, okay, and the storehouses are empty, there's no food on the shelves. You can't go to Walmart and just pick up meat and beans or fruit, vegetables, whatever you want. All right, what are people gonna start doing? They're gonna start pillaging each other, man. They're gonna start kicking folks' doors in to find food, to find medicine, all right, medical supplies, whatever they need. And the only thing stopping them from getting that is gonna be you. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna run straight through you. They're not gonna hesitate. All right.
There's a scripture in Psalm that says, "I would not trust in my bow."
Yeah,
Okay,
Psalms 44 and 6.
That's a carnal hope.
Right.
Okay, because that's Esau's blessing. He has nothing else besides that. So when he doesn't get his way, he's gonna have to revert back to that.
Let me finish that 2 Ezra 6, and then you finish Zephaniah.
Okay.
All right. This is 2 Ezra 6, and I'm gonna read it again. Okay, verse 23. "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein." All right, so friends are gonna fight one against another like enemies, man. Okay, because right, like I said, in times of peace, it's all good. All right, everybody's happy, everybody's smiling, this and that. But what happens when there's no food? You remember a couple years back, there was no toilet paper. People was, rioting, flooding the grocery stores just to get toilet paper. Imagine when there's no food on the shelves, man. I'd imagine when the Lord brings a famine in the land. Okay.
And real quick, it says that's why in second Ezra 6, prophesies how friends shall turn on each other.
That's what I just read.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I just read. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 25, 2 Ezra 6 and 25. It says, "Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world." Okay, so that's another reason why we're so excited for this thing to pop off, man. All right, which is gonna happen regardless of who got into office. Okay, this thing is gonna pop. All right, the Lord he has people in a trick bag, like we read when they shall say peace and safety. Because if Kamala was to get elected, it wouldn't be no peace and safety. All right, if Kamala was to get elected, we already know that there would have been riots and all. They were already preparing for it, deploying National Guard and all that. But now, a lot of people, they probably let out a sigh of relief, like,
Yeah.
Like, okay, now America's gonna be great again. That's exactly what the Lord wants you to say.
Yeah, you're gonna shut down the border. He's gonna keep these migrants out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring back our economy, because the last time Trump was in office, our economy was booming.
Yep.
You're fools, man. Yep. You understand this dude? First of all, this dude had no political experience. He went bankrupt like 7 times. Okay, and he's a con artist and a damn celebrity, man. Okay. He didn't give a shit about the well-being of the people, because he's good. That's the mentality of Esau, man. He didn't even give a damn about the well-being of his own nation, as in the Edomite nation. Okay,
Right.
he just fulfilling his lot.
In Isaiah 14, it says you have killed your own people. All right, Esau is going to oppress and destroy his own people, man. And that's what I was talking about how now, you know, because they a lot of people see the ship is sinking. They're talking about we all got to join hands together.
Right.
It's us versus the elites. No, it ain't.
Right.
No, it's not.
It was a sentiment, pre CV1 to the 9.
Right.
Because I noticed right when they brought them face covering, you know what I'm saying, the mandatory face covering measures, just say like that for algorithm purposes, I started noticing a lot of people started acting more humble, especially women.
Another thing I want to say too is that we know that not every so-called white person is an Edomite, because even back in slavery, you had like the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman.
Yep.
You had so-called white people that were hiding slaves to help them escape to go west or north. All right, so we know that, but most likely they were Jakes. At the end of the day, it's going to be Jacob versus Esau. Okay.
Another thing too to add on to that, basically that history, you know, is when Esau, when Jake started talking about, you know, slavery and mainly prophesying about it, you know, on behalf of the prophets, one of Esau's go-to defense mechanisms is, oh well, we were in slavery too. Well, no, that history they're referring to is the history. It concludes the history of Italians being in slavery, where they would call the niggers of Europe. Okay,
Right.
That's why that movie True Romance, there's a scene where my man Christopher Walken, okay, is sitting in front of a cop before that cop gets put to death. He explains to Christopher Walken's character, oh, there's a reason why eyes to brunettes and brown eyes, because the Moors did so much fucking, in his words, of the white woman in that region.
Who said that?
That cop, the Edomite cop in that movie True Romance, that's talking to Christopher Walken's character, because Christopher Walken is a Jake. He's a so-called Sicilian.
Okay.
You know, a lot of them Sicilians, the majority of them Sicilians are Israelites.
Probably Judites, actually.
Is that right? Southern
which,
Kingdom.
Yeah, right. Which when you can see the spirit on them, because
Right.
Italians, they act like
They're niggas.
A lot of them act like niggas.
And
Right,
Eddie Murphy
exactly.
brought that out in that little comedy special in '87. It's called Raw. He's like, yeah, a lot of Italians are like niggas, and they hold their dick more than we do. In his words.
A lot of Irish too.
Yeah.
Even though they look so-called white,
Right.
You know, a lot of them Jakes, man. So
Because I heard that Muhammad Ali's bloodline supposedly goes back to the quote-unquote black Irish. So you have a lot of crime. You know, that's a part of our history as well. So you Israelite, you Edomites refer to that history to try to compensate or try to, you know, negate the fact that your forefathers tied us to slavery is a deceitful way of bringing out that history, because the history has nothing to do with you, man.
hey, there's a guy on the comment board. Hey, Emrah, go ahead and get the raid for that roach, man. Go ahead and knock him down.
Yeah, Wuhan.
Yeah.
It's the moops.
Yeah, Wuhan, if you probably a so-called Moabite, you going into slavery, boy.
Fine.
All right, I'm gonna bring out these precepts. Son of Yahweh, 144. All right. Son of Yahweh, 144. But he put up a lot of precepts. I'm gonna bring yours out too, Emrah.
Fine.
All right, son of Yahweh, 144. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. That's fire right there. As a matter of fact, I want to add on to that, if I may. Isaiah 5:13. This is a scripture I don't really hear too often, but I came across it in my studies. Okay, kind of adding on to that. All right, you know that our people perish for lack of knowledge. This is Isaiah 5:13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Yep, it's fire. The water for the precept. I'm keep going on. Let's get some more. All right. Son of Yahweh, 144. All right, man. He's lighting it up. Both of you brothers is. All right. Let me see. I can't get to all of them, but hey, the Lord sees the edification you bringing out. So
Can you read that the one he posted, 1 Corinthians 3:19?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fire right there.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it right quick.
I'll read it.
Okay. Go ahead and bring it out.
This friend, brother, son of Yahweh 144 says, 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High Yahweh. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, including politics. You see, that's a part of the delusions, you know, given over to the wicked, as it goes into 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, case in point. Okay, because that's why in Romans the first chapter says how the Heavenly Father Yahweh would, give the reprobates over to a reprobate mind. That's the masses, mainly 2/3 Israelites.
Yep.
They go out there and they went out there and vote, and then got mad at, certain people, including their family members and spouses, for not voting for their respective democratic or political party.
Imra, he said that Donald Duck may be that cruel Lord Yahweh warned about. I think that's actually talking about Yahweh.
Yeah, that's talking about Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that scripture you're referring to. It says, "I will give him," Isaiah 19.
Yeah.
"I will give them over to the hands of a cruel Lord."
Right.
That's talking about Yahweh Shai,
Right.
because when he comes, he's going to. You already know what it says. He's going to rule them with a rod of iron.
Right.
As it says, Psalm chapter 2, and then Revelation chapter 2 as well.
Right.
Yep. So, I mean, it's a good point. Yeah, I mean, but we already know, like I said, okay, that Trump, and we can't say this 110% for sure, but most likely, he is Nero coming back in the reincarnation, because he's talking about bringing back those same corporal punishments. Another thing, before we came to camp, I was reading that Nero was very well liked, actually. Even though he was, in modern history, or in modern day times, we go back and study Roman history, it says that he was very cruel, but he was very well liked by the people, okay? And it's the same thing, so, because once again, this is just the Roman Empire playing back out, playing again, over and over. Okay, it's the same stories, man. All right, so he could very well be, Nero coming back in the reincarnation. And that's the thing about it. What was Nero doing? Nero was persecuting the true Christians, which is the Israelites. Okay, Trump he's already said that that's what he's going to do. All right, we're not talking about the Serapis Christus worshipers. We're talking about the actual true believers of the Messiah. Okay, Nero was persecuting them, man. All right, and Trump already said he's going to do the exact same thing. Okay, because he was talking about once again, that Alien and Sedition Act of 1798. Who is that directed towards? Okay, he said the two people that it's mainly going to affect are quote-unquote immigrants. All right, that's the Northern Kingdom. You have a lot of the Northern Kingdom up here, whether they be from Mexico, Venezuela, or various different Latin American countries. And then he also said the Sedition Act. All right, who's that going to come up against? Anyone who opposes his views.
Right.
All right, which could be really anyone that he says. That leaves a lot of room open, for him to just grab up anybody. He also said, if I may add, that he's going to give immunity to police that kill in the line of duty. All right. So who have the modern day Roman centurions historically deleted? All right, in American history. Okay, Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right, as we read earlier, the possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. See, now he's going to give them impunity to be able to do that. All right, so he's setting up a lot of different laws that are going to specifically and directly affect Israelites. Okay, but who is it going to affect the most? Who is going to get destroyed by these snares? 2/3. So we don't have nothing to worry about, man. All right, we know that we're going to suffer. Some of us can be thrown into prison, but at the end of the day, man, all right, the Lord is going to make a way. Okay, just like He always has. All right.
Yeah, that immoral decree that you mentioned about targeting those who speak out against His views. That also goes into talking points being anti-establishment in general, because he's operating on behalf of the wicked elite. So it's all part of that gradualism to further lead into the famine of the word, because that's why in Canada and Britain they're already exercising those draconian measures of cracking down on so-called free speech. So eventually America is going to do that, Babylon the Great, and who's going to mainly affect the prophets.
Right.
Okay, because we're really that glitch in Esau Edom's matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You all use all the so-called truths. You don't have it, man. Okay.
Yeah.
You contradict everything. All the so-called truths you bring out. Like Dabu 7. Like I watch a lot of his stuff, but he's basically a Trump supporter, man. So how do you figure that? How you gonna be a Trump supporter and then be anti-establishment? It doesn't mix. It doesn't.
How could you be an American government supporter or world government period and be a so-called truther? All right. When the scriptures tell you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right. So, like I said, and really that's the reason why the Lord allows these people to get deleted. Okay, because a lot of these truthers, they end up going missing. The reason why that don't happen to Hebrew Israelites, because we're really the ones that are bringing out everything on the forefront. But these devils, they know that if they were to come up against us, the Lord is going to come down hard on them. All right, which let me get a precept on that, because that is in the prophecies. Everything we say must be according to the Bible. Isaiah 8:20. If they speak not according to this word, It's because there's no light in them.
And also that, that's probably, I don't know if that's where you're going, but that Isaiah 59:19.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, spirit.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly where I'm going. All right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, and verse 19. Okay, and it reads, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Okay, because best believe, man, these Edomites, they know exactly who we are. Everybody that is even watches Hebrew Israelite videos, your IP address is marked. All right, and you're gonna be getting questioned in that time to come. When Donald Duck really pushes out that that Sedition Act. All right, because essentially that's pretty much what prophesying is. All right, the prophets. Could you give me Jeremiah 28:8? All right, the prophets, when they went out there on the highways and byways historically, okay, they always prophesied a downfall of whatever kingdom was ruling at that time, man. Okay, and that's pretty much sedition. You're prophesying of the downfall of a certain rulership, which that word sedition means uprising against the government. We're not physically uprising, okay, because the Lord said, wait till the day that I rise up to the prey. All right, but us even being out here, they know that that's going to invoke the Heavenly Father, all right, and His only begotten Son, and the angels to come down here and start taking action. All right, so you want to go and bring that out?
Come on, this is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's right, yep. And Brother Imraya, he said the government knows who we are and they will come for us eventually. Right, in due time, and we understand that. That's part of the movie. They always did that to the men of the Lord back then, man.
Right.
Okay, so that's part of the movie. Revelation, could you get Revelation 2 and 10? All right, the Lord said, He said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. I'll let the brother read it. Yeah, that's part of the game, man.
Okay, this is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10, and it reads, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Right. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right, so we already know that that's part of the story for certain brothers. Part of the story is certain brothers going to get, their heads put in the guillotine. It's all part of the game, man.
The Spirit to add on to that. That's why I believe it's Elder Paul Sahar recently asked, are you brothers ready to get your beheaded?
Yeah.
Rough paraphrasing.
Right.
There's about time. It's about that time more so now than ever to really start discussing these things more and more.
Right.
And and at the very least to meditate on these things.
Yep.
When you're on your own, you're meditating on prophecy. This is part of prophecy to meditate on, man.
Right. Could you get Wisdom of Solomon 3?
God, I'm gonna finish this off.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Revelation. I'm gonna read it from the top. In Revelation 2 and 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Yep. Right. Yep. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, the Lord is going to be, He's going to really start moving in the last days. We just read it. All right, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall raise up a standard against him. All right, so we know the Lord is going to be protecting His elect in that day. What's the reason why they don't come for us now? Because the people that we understand, the people of the world don't understand that everything that happens in this world is controlled by the Heavenly Father. Okay, these elites, like you said, they know who the Hebrew Israelites are, man. All right, and there's going to come a time where they're going to try to hunt us down, but that's because the Lord is allowing it to happen. All right, because if it was up to them, they would just come and send in CIA agents or whatever, and they would just come take us out in our sleep or something. All right, but the Lord's not going to let that happen. He controls when your spirit is called back to Him and when it's not. All right, so we don't have to fear these things, man. And another thing I want to read, this is the faith booster. All right, Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, goes into that, man. The Lord is going to, and even in that time, if you're a martyr for the truth, you're the elect, okay, the Lord, we don't know exactly how He's going to do it, but He said He's gonna comfort you in that day. So you can go ahead and bring that out.
Come on, Wisdom 3 and 10?
Just from the top.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1 says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
Stop right there. All right. Perfect example of that was Stephen.
Time.
All right, he got stoned, right? He got stoned to death, but when he was getting stoned, it said that he looked up and he saw, the throne and he saw Yahweh Shai, all right, and he won't even work. His at that point, his spirit was so connected with the Lord that he wasn't even thinking about his flesh being torn up by the stones, man.
He probably didn't even feel anything.
He probably didn't even feel anything. Exactly, right. Read that again, Babakasha.
Wisdom of Solomon 3:3. It says,
Stand from the top.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 3:1 says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them.
Right.
Verse 2. In the sight of the unwise, they seemed to die, and their departure is taken for misery.
Right.
Verse 3. And they're going from us, and that's what's going to further make us a spectacle. Like, because the perception of these people, is going to be that we did something wrong. When they see us getting persecuted, like,
Right.
Oh, they going against the government. Oh, they must be evil.
Right.
You see? Wisdom of Solomon 3:3. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
I got a precept on what you just said.
Got it.
To bring it out right quick. The book of John, chapter 16, and verse John chapter 16 and verse 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God's service. So in that time, all right, when like you said, the people, when they see the saints being persecuted, by the modern day Nero, okay, going into the guillotines and all that kind of stuff. Because you anti-Christians, man, you're not a threat to the system. All right, you're down with the beast program, man. Okay, we're talking about the actual Christians, okay, the actual followers of the Messiah, okay, which is the Israelites, man. Okay, when we start getting persecuted, and they start trying to put us to death and all that, they're gonna think that they're doing the will of the Lord. Okay, let me read that one more time. St. John 16:1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. Meaning, don't be discouraged. All right. So like it. Don't. Okay. Verse 2, it says, they shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God's service. All right. So they're gonna think that they're doing a good thing by trying to delete you. Okay, but that's all part of the Lord's movie. He's got him in a trick bag, man. All right, but everything's going to be revealed in its due time. So, okay, go ahead, Salakia.
All right, Wisdom of Solomon 3:4 says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is there a hope full of immortality.
Right, exactly. Though they be punished in the sight of men, so though is their hope full of immortality. So what? Okay, that's why it says in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, all right, it says, cleave unto the Lord that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. When it seems like everything is over with, that's when the Lord is going to come through. That's how he always does, man. All right. You just got to have the patience of Job, as it says. Okay, and just a little Hebrew lesson, that word patience, all right, is sabalanyam. All right, sabalan, okay, means patient. Yam, that makes it plural, patience. Okay, so we pray, all right, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Nathan Lanawa, sabalanyam, Babakasha, Babakasha, Babakasha. All right, I prayed, Heavenly Father, give us, Nathan means give, Lanawa, us. Okay, sabalanyam, patience. Please, the water aman. Okay, that's what we need. We're gonna need that in that time, man. The patience of Job. Okay, patience and faith. All right, but it's like
you're all good. That's why like I said, Wisdom of Solomon 3:4, man. Those who get punished within the sight of men can receive immortality, and a perfect example of that is the Maccabean family.
Yeah.
Okay, including the mother.
Yeah.
She saw all her sons get put to death, and she had the spirit of a soldier, man, ready to die for Yahweh by Shemer Shai. Spiritually speaking, because the tabernacle of Yahweh by Shemer Shai dwells with men, okay, but our women are also obviously part of the true holy heritage as well. So some of them are going to get put to death. Okay.
Yep.
So that's just a perfect trial of faith that lines up with what it mentioned here, Wisdom of Solomon 3:4, that there's immortality at the end of dying for the namesake of Yahweh by Shemer Shai.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead and read all the way down to 10.
All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:5. It says, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for Himself. Spirit.
Yep.
It says, as gold in a furnace hath He tried them and received them as a burnt offering.
Yep.
And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in Him shall understand the truth
Right.
And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect.
Right. Yep.
Verse 10 says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
That's right. Right. The ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination. So the elect, even though it may seem like you're gonna catch hell, all right, which we will to a certain extent, you know, the Lord calls it a light affliction. Okay, it's nothing compared to what he went through. All right, you know, and he's gonna be with us the whole time, man. He said, even though they seem to be punished in the sight of men, all right, yet they are in peace, and their hope is full of immortality. Okay, he says, when they rise, they shall run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Spiritual power tells you that those that are beheaded for the gospel shall rise first. Okay, and they're probably gonna get the highest honor, because there's gonna be certain men are gonna receive accolades, you know, for all their sacrifices they made for the Lord, man. So it's really an honor if the Lord chooses you for that. If you get captured, you know, and you get chopped down, you know, that's actually an honor for that to happen. There's a scripture, Philippians 1:21. It says, for to live is Yahushai, and to die is gain. Okay, so no matter what, whether you live or whether you die, all right, if you're serving the Lord, you win at the end, man. No matter what, because this is just a physical, you know, this is physical flesh, man. This is like an avatar. All right, this is our spirit never dies, man. Okay, and everything that's in the spiritual world, okay, is going to manifest in the physical. Okay, if you get rewarded greatly in the spiritual realm, that's going to manifest in the physical. Apostle Gabar always says, that which you don't see is much greater than that which you do see. Like right now, we see Esau, he has the kingdom, all right, in a sense, he has the rulership of the earth. All right, he's holding the light right now. But everything that we see right now is nothing compared to the riches that are stored up in heaven for the elect, man. Okay, as we read earlier, he hath care for his elect. All right, they that trust in him shall understand the truth. For mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. Okay, just roughly paraphrasing. Okay, that's pretty much it on that. Could you give me a Sirach 2 and 10? I'll close out with that. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. All right. So there you go. Okay, everyone that's found written in the book of life, okay, you're gonna receive deliverance. All right, even if you do get chopped down, like we just read in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. Okay, which Donald Duck is preparing. He's already preparing these persecutions, man. So it's all part of the movie. Okay, but everyone that is found written in the book of life shall be delivered. Whether that deliverance comes from you escaping and never having to taste death, all right, or physical death, or it comes from you being a martyr for the truth, all right. But the Lord is going to, you know, at the end, he's going to be with you in that time, man, okay? He says, even though they appear to be in torment, their souls are in peace. You got to believe in that. That just goes back to having faith, all right? Truly believing in this word, which I don't know how you couldn't. Well, I do know, because if you don't believe in this word, you just weren't, the Lord, the Most High, he don't love you, right? All right? You weren't given the gift of faith. If he loved you, he would open your understanding, okay? But, you know, everything we see in this book is coming to pass, man, all right? We see this place, you know, slowly crumbling piece by piece. All right, we know that everything that the scriptures say is going to happen is going to happen. All right, we saw the Israelites woke up. He said there'd be 4 kingdoms that ruled over the earth. He said the 4th kingdom would die and then come back 1,000 years later. All that happened, man. How could you not believe that all those things came to pass and the rest of it is not going to come to pass, man? All right. Another thing, what do you got to look forward to? What do you have to go back to? If you're in the truth and you looking out into the world, and you think DJ Trump is going to make America great again, so to speak, all right, you're lost. There's nothing to look back to, man. This place is crumbling, regardless of regardless of who got selected. All right, so we'll go ahead and close out with that.
This is Sirach 2, start at verse 9. It says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy.
You might as well start up like 7 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sirach 2 and 7. Or 6, it says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, believe him and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. says, verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
That's right.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. Did any ever abide in his fear and was forsaken? See? So look at the generations of old. Look at all the righteous men before. All right, they were delivered from evils, man. All right. Read on down to verse 18.
Okay, verse 11 says, for the Lord, Yahweh by Shemeshai, is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and a sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You don't believe in this word, the Lord's not going to defend you in that day. All right, and that's most people. Okay, even though they say they love the Lord, it's all talk, man. All right, because a belief it's a verb. All right, you can't just say you believe in the Lord. It's gonna come in your actions. Okay, when you truly believe in the Lord, He says that we must work, we must fight for the kingdom. That's what you're gonna be doing each and every single day. All right, like even these mockers and scoffers that come on the channel, man. One thing about them, none of them ever go out there and teach themselves. All right, they got so much to say, but they're in their channel it's nothing but tumbleweeds, man. All right, because they don't really believe in the Lord, which is why the Lord gave them the dishonorable position of being a scoffer. Because you're gonna get it even double worse. All right, you're gonna get it even double bad. All right, Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs 19:17, maybe. It says somewhere around. I can find it. But it says judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the backs of fools. All right, so the Lord, if you're a scoffer, the Lord really hates you. All right, because he gave you the position to speak foolishness so that you can get your own self destroyed. All right, let me get that. Proverbs 19:29. Judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the back of fools. All right, yep, but go ahead and continue on to Sirach, the second chapter.
Yep, this is Sirach 2 and 15. It says, that's like it, Sirach 2 and 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai shall visit you? They that fear the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
Right, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Try to correct a Christian according to the Bible, man. See what happens. They're not gonna take heed because they're not the true people of the Lord. All right, the true people of the Lord are the Israelites. Okay, always have been, always will be. That supersessionism, replacement theology, this bunch of crap. All right, and as a matter of fact, I got a precept on that. 2nd Ezra chapter 3. So like, I know I'm adding on to, I'm pretty sure you're ready to close out.
It's all good.
Okay, 2nd Ezra, the 3rd chapter. All right, it tells you down at the bottom, 2nd Ezra 3 and verse 34. It says, "Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world, which is the rest of your people, you anti-Christians and everybody else. And so shall thy name, all right, nowhere be found but in Israel, the true name of the Lord." Okay, which they don't call him, they call him JC. That's not the name of the Lord. "Or when was it that they which dwell upon earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen." Okay, so these other, it says Israel by name, Yasharallah. Okay, Yah meaning he, Shar, prince, Allah meaning power or judge, God. Okay, the princes of the power. Okay, Yasharalim, Jerusalem. Okay, the children of Israel. Okay, the seed line, and the elect of the seed line. Those are the only ones that have actually kept the precepts and commandments of the Lord. Everybody else is doing whatever the hell they want to do, man. Okay, because that's not their lot. Their lot is to be mockers, scoffers, to be anti-Christians. All right. You want to keep reading?
And this is Sirach 2 and 16. It says, "They that fear the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law."
Right.
"They that fear the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy."
Right. We'll fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. So even if we, like I said, man, even if we do get, captured in that time of Jacob's trouble, all right, the Lord got us, man. You got to believe in that. Okay, but whoever got selected, whether it would have been, Camelot, or Donald Duck. It really don't matter. Okay, the outcome's still gonna be the same. All right, and the mission still remains the same. Keep pushing, keep prophesying. As I always say, keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether they hear, whether they forbear. All right. So that was midweek camp. Okay, afterthoughts on the elections, and Yahweh Ratchazah. I mean, the Lord's will is edifying. All right. As always, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. All right, and I'm going to close out with the first part of the Lord's Prayer. All right, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwathka, Yahweh Malakwathka, Salakia. I'm still learning it, so I'm doing this because I'm practicing. I'm going to restart. Salakia, okay. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwathka, Haya, Ratazaka. Salakia. Haya, Aisha, Ba'a, Ratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim. All right, so Salakia for that. Like I said, I'm still learning. Eventually, it's gonna start flowing naturally, you know. But all I said was in the Hebrew. I said, "Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And that's it. All right. So once again, Lord's will is edifying. Until next time, shalom and a Bible ball.